The Samsung Galaxy A56 arrives at a strange time for mid-range smartphones. In previous years, mid-range was shorthand for lower quality, but in 2025, plenty of mid-range phones boast flagship rivaling specs and fewer compromises than ever before. The Galaxy A56 is Samsung's latest A-series leader. It sits above the A36 but below the S25 line, and since there's no S25 FE to speak of just yet, it's probably the best value Samsung handset available right now, at least in terms of specs. So, how does the A56 perform in reality? In this video, we'll be assessing the phone's design, display, performance, and much more, bringing you an overall verdict on its quality and value for money. Let's get into it. The Galaxy A56 packs a 6.7-inch Super AMOLED display that strikes a perfect balance between comfort and utility. Samsung has increased the screen size here from 6.6 inches on the A55, and whether you're watching videos, reading, gaming, or video calling, the A56 provides one of the best viewing experiences you'll find on a non-flagship smartphone. The only noticeable compromise comes in the phone's peak brightness. At 1200 nits or 1900 nits in direct sunlight, the A56 isn't a brightness slouch, but it does fall well short of the levels you can expect from competitors like the Google Pixel 9a and the Poco F6 Pro. In every other aspect though, the A56's display feels truly premium. It's even protected by Corning Gorilla Glass Victus, adding durability against scratches and drops. We didn't test a full 2-meter drop onto concrete, but a few accidental drops left it completely unscathed. The Galaxy A55 used a nice blend of metal and glass to look and feel premium in the hand, and the A56 refines that winning formula even further. The phone is about a millimeter taller and wider than its predecessor to accommodate that bigger screen, but Samsung has offset the size increase with a 0.8mm reduction in thickness and a significant 15-gram drop in weight. The slick and sturdy metal sides return from the A55, but Samsung has also added subtle ridges to the A56's frame. They don't necessarily improve grip, but they look great, and in our experience, they feel great on the fingers too. As mentioned, the A56 is also impressively durable, with Gorilla Glass Victus protection and an IP67 water resistance rating. Again, we didn't dunk the phone in a swimming pool, but it did stand up well to raindrops and occasional spillages. Despite its mid-range price tag, the Galaxy A56 takes seriously good photos at any distance. Its rear camera array includes a 50-megapixel main sensor, a 12-megapixel ultra-wide, and a 5-megapixel macro lens. Those aren't too dissimilar from the A55's lenses, but Samsung has dramatically improved the image processing smarts on its latest model. Where the A55 had a tendency to make colors look too saturated and unnatural, the A56 avoids both extremes. Photos do come out slightly cooler than we prefer, but they're impressively natural, detailed, and well-balanced. In terms of customization, Samsung delivers a truly feature-rich camera experience on a budget here. The phone's camera app includes several shooting modes and also allows easy toggling between the 12-megapixel and 50-megapixel lenses, quick filter application, aspect ratio adjustments, and motion photo settings. For video, you can enable super steady mode to counteract shaky hands or turn it off to adjust frame rates, while auto-framing keeps subject centered automatically. Tapping more unlocks even more shooting modes, including Pro, Pro Video, Night, Food, Panorama, Macro, and Slow Motion. When it comes to macro and night photography, the A56 is one of the more impressive budget phones we've tested. Macro shots are often incredibly difficult to get right, especially if your subject isn't still, but the A56 tackles these and low light shots with ease. Of course, the A56 isn't the very best camera phone on the market, nor is it even the best camera phone in its price range. That battle is fought between the Google Pixel 8a and the Motorola Edge 50 Pro. But its cameras do continue the phone's overarching theme: consistent, dependable performance at a reasonable price. The Galaxy A56's weakest feature is undoubtedly its performance. That's not to say it's bad, in fact, it's more than good enough for the average user, but to keep prices down, concessions have had to be made. Where other phones compromise with a lower quality display or increased fragility, the A56 and its Exynos 1580 chipset struggle with heavy-duty tasks like mobile gaming. In benchmark testing, the A56 actually improves on the A55 by some margin, but it lags behind performance-focused budget phones like the Poco F6 Pro on several fronts. The phone's efficiency isn't bad, and it doesn't get hot under pressure, but during our testing, the A56 did struggle to maintain even 20 FPS when running games like Fortnite Mobile and Call of Duty. That said, you're likely not buying this phone for its gaming prowess, and for the average user, the A56 holds up well during streaming, scrolling, and other daily smartphone duties. Keeping in line with its display, design, performance, and cameras, the battery of the Galaxy A56 is perfectly suited to the average user. The phone uses a hefty 5000 mAh cell, and during testing, our sample sailed through a full day of casual use with ease. Samsung claims that you'll get up to 29 hours of video playback from the A56, and after watching a YouTube video at 50% brightness for 18 hours, we found that the phone still had 39% remaining, which is an impressive showing given its screen size. As for charging, you won't get ultra-fast charging speeds like 120 watt or even 67 watt, but the A56 does offer 45 watt fast charging. That's a big upgrade from the middling 25 watt speed of the Galaxy A55 and equal to the charging speeds you'll get from the super flagship Galaxy S25 Ultra. Onto software, and the Galaxy A56 is absolutely stacked with useful features, from the now bar to Samsung's new awesome intelligence feature suite. The latter is basically a dialed-down version of Galaxy AI, but you do still get plenty of useful tools like Circle to Search, Auto Trim, AI Select, Read Aloud, and Object Eraser. A flagship feature of One UI 7, the now bar acts much like Apple's Dynamic Island, sitting at the bottom of the phone's lock screen and displaying dynamic content like song duration, countdowns, and navigation instructions. All of these tools combine to deliver a clean, premium-feeling software experience on the A56, and one you usually have to pay much more money for to access. Best of all, the A56 will enjoy 6 years of software and security updates, letting you enjoy its value for years to come. All told then, the Galaxy A56 fulfills its brief as a feature-packed mid-range smartphone that will satisfy all but the most demanding buyers. It's durable, good-looking, long-lasting, offers a tidy UI, has helpful AI features, and produces decent photos across the board. The phone is only really held back by a lack of power for intense performance tasks, but since it's not designed for mobile gaming, it's an easy recommendation for most people. Do you like the look of the Samsung Galaxy A56? Let us know in the comments.